Assalamualaikum parents. Let us go back to the 90s, where we had good music, good TV shows, and even good weather. Life was simple back then, before we had the internet and before even this is possible. Back then, we knew very little about parenting and what it takes to develop a child. We assumed that climbing the academic ladder is the only thing for a child to succeed. Back then, teachers are perceived to be a resource person for the child's development. We listened to teachers and we will discipline or reward our children based on the feedback that was given by them. Over the span of 20 years, things have changed. Now parents are the one demanding of teachers, and they will give feedback on teachers on how they want their child to be raised. Some parents will go to the extent of arguing with teachers to get just a bit more marks for the children's assignments. These parents not only interfere with the children's school experience, but they also interfere with the social interactions the child has. Parents are now involved in the children's playtime, and to the extent that they will stop the child from doing anything that is perceived to be risky. This practice of doing everything for a child is what we call helicopter parenting. For this discussion, we define helicopter parenting as an unhealthy mix between overparenting and achievement pressure. Helicopter parents help their children with tasks that they are able to do themselves. For younger children, this can mean tying your shoelace, wearing your shoes, or even putting away their own toys. This attitude goes beyond young children. Parents will go to the extent of helping older children with their schoolwork, and some will even go to planning out and choosing children's CCA and enrichment activities. In extreme cases, parents will even plan out their education and enrichment process specifically for that child to enter a specific university or a course in that specific university. So now you may be saying, "So Faisal, I'm not a helicopter parent. Why is this relevant to me?" The painful truth is, we are all vulnerable to helicopter parenting. As our family units are getting better financially, we are also having less children. There are more resources allocated to that one child, and of course, with the resources allocated, the one child is expected to do better. In addition, there is this trend called sharenting, where parents share every single information about their children in social media. This creates a certain sense of peer pressure for us parents that we need to follow the trend of overparenting, and we assuming that it's okay to do so. Wow, this influencer is helping out the child and the child is getting good grades. I pun nak ikut lah. #good grades, #good parents. We as parents, we have to admit that there are some positive changes that can be immediately seen when we adopt helicopter parenting. Our children do better in schools, they learn faster, they develop language faster, they have good circle of friends, and they hardly face any challenges in their life. Some of you will say, "Faisal, what's the point of this video then? If it feels good, it feels right, what's wrong with helicopter parenting?" Unfortunately, this is not entirely true. But before I explain why, I would like to introduce two concepts: self-esteem and self-efficacy. Self-esteem is the general self of worth that someone has over themselves. Self-efficacy is the belief we have in our own abilities to complete a task or overcome a challenge. A study conducted by NUS discovered that children of parents that are intrusive and set high academic expectations were found to be critical of themselves. And of course, they have lower self-esteem and lower self-efficacy. They fear making the slightest mistake, and of course, they are unable to cope with complex problems. Unfortunately, in addition to this, they are also more vulnerable to depression and anxiety disorders. So Faisal, how do I ensure that I'm not a helicopter parent then? Easy. Just follow these 3 steps. First, be conscious of your parenting. It takes a conscious effort to ensure that you are not overparenting or underparenting. Stop if you find yourself doing tasks for your child out of convenience or out of time constraint. Second, be involved in your children's education. Do not just help them with their work, guide them. I know some parents are not comfortable guiding their children. Get a tutor or start a study group. Number 3, remember, your child is unique. It is a cliche to say this. It is unfair to your child if you expect them to develop as quickly as their peers. They have different life experiences and challenges. In the coming videos, we will talk about playtime, and Howard Gardner's multiple intelligence. Due to the uniqueness of your children, it is difficult to give a one-size-fits-all parenting style for your kids. The age and personality of your child have to be considered before we make any recommendations. Ultimately, the ideal parenting style balances out self-esteem and achievement. Children are expected to do well in their schoolwork, but that shouldn't be the only thing they should strive for. We must allow children to build up self-esteem. Let them do tasks that they are capable of. We should refrain from correcting our children. Instead, we should provide learning opportunities for them should they fail or if there's any room for improvement. That's all for this video. We only scratched the surface for parenting styles, and we hope this video is educational for you. The Kecik, Cili, Padi video series aims to create awareness among parents about the importance of preschool education. At the same time, and of course in this video, also highlights the importance of parental involvement in their education. I would like to end this video with a quote for you to ponder. Parenting is not a job for perfectionists. Assalamualaikum and see you soon.